Welcome to mission 25 of my Bodenplatte playthrough. I'm going to do a cargo run to the front line. I'm flying this mission in VR using the Pimax Crystal Light, and one of the big pluses about using VR is the ability to see and navigate around the cockpit controls and dials much more easily, just as a real pilot would. The 3D depth perception really does amplify the sense of immersion. If you are looking to buy a Pimax VR headset, check out the Pimax store product links in the video description, including the new Dream Air headsets, which weigh less than 200 grams and have high-resolution micro OLED panels. Use my code DUNKS at the checkout for a 2% discount. We're based out of Chièvres. We'll pick up an escort at Waypoint 2 and then continue northeast up towards Kluis Airfield south of Nijmegen. Once I've dropped off the cargo to complete the mission, I will need to RTB Chièvres. This is the final mission of Phase 4 of the campaign. In Phase 5, Allied forces will cross the River Rhine and push into Germany. We're on the outbound journey heading towards Waypoint 2 and just about to pass over Brussels. I do like this kind of mission because you get to fly low over some of these big cities and appreciate the detail that's gone into them. Brussels has the Seine River going through it. There are a number of bridges going across it there and a big industrial area at the back. Hopefully we'll be able to bomb those kinds of areas when we get the Bomber DLC for this game, and maybe the devs will even add some extra assets to these maps to make them even more interesting to bomb. I've gone past Waypoint 2 and I've picked up my escorts. I've got Eindhoven now at my 2 o'clock, which means I'm about 50 kilometers out from Nijmegen. There are some heavy rain showers around. Outside temperature is about 5 degrees centigrade, but all of my engine temperatures look good. The escort today is a flight of 4 P-47s. I've got eyes on Kluis Airfield at my 11:30 right now. It's all gone a bit dark in the cockpit because of the amount of rain clouds that are around. There's quite a strong crosswind as well, which I'm having to fight against as I line up to make my final approach to land. As I am coming into land, I can see the anti-air guns are firing, so there must be enemy aircraft overhead. There is indeed a flight of 109 fighter bombers overhead, but it doesn't look like Kluis is their target. Everything's looking good here. I am lined up and I'm just trying to manage my speed down to about 90 miles per hour as I approach the threshold and prepare to touch down. the airfield sirens are wailing, so let's get the cargo unloaded ASAP. My P-47 escort is overhead. They haven't gone to engage those 109s, so it seems safe for now. I'm taxiing up towards the control tower. You can see how strong the crosswind is there with the windsock. Not sure if I'm going to clear the trees with my wing there, but yes, it's okay. I'm going to park up here and unload. Looks like several boxes of ammunition and perhaps some vintage champagne being delivered to the front line. Meanwhile, a second flight of P-47s is in the area overhead, and they are taking care of the 109 fighter bombers. Cargo is unloaded. I am taxiing down to the runway threshold to take off in a northeasterly direction towards Nijmegen, and then I'll turn around and head for home. The second flight of P-47s is still looking for the 109s in the heavy cloud above the airfield. Two of them collide, but at least the pilot manages to eject safely. I am just about in position to take off for the homeward leg of this mission. Throttling up. Taken off. That is Nijmegen straight ahead. I am going to turn towards the southwest as quickly as possible, just in case any of those 109s are still around. Going wings level, heading is about 220 degrees to waypoint 4. I've reached the city of Diest, waypoint 4. It's about 100 kilometers from here back to home base. At least the weather here seems to be a bit better compared to the front line. It was quite tricky to land the fully laden aircraft at Kluis Airfield with the big crosswind. Once I'm overhead Diest, I'll do a right-hand turn and RTB Chièvres. Made it back to base, single Skytrain, requesting permission to land. I'm on final approach, airspeed is about 95 miles an hour. As I get closer to the threshold, I'll drop down to about 75 miles an hour for touchdown. There we go, mission complete. I've helped to resupply the front line ahead of the final phase of the Bodenplatte campaign, phase 5, which will see Allied forces crossing over the River Rhine into Germany. Thanks for watching, see you next time.